Da, 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 da. Good afternoon and welcome to another episode of the Get It Right Saturday Night Podcast. I am your host, Mark Francis, here with my fellow co-host, Colin Fursley,
How are we doing, guys?
and unfortunately underwhelmingly dressed Oscar Morale.
Wow.
Hey guys, how we doing?
We're here with Nightly Lose on GIRSN Live. Welcome back. We're excited to be here. Just kidding, guys. What's going on? Colin decided to wear a suit today for whatever, investment banking thing going on he has in his club or whatever. So I said, why not join the fun and just throw on a little suit jacket and quick little tie over my PJs because I'm trying to head to bed soon, you feel? So just kind of impromptu messing with you guys. But welcome back to another episode. We're happy to see you guys again, and we've got some interesting stuff to talk about. So, Colin, let's get right into it, bro.
Yep. It's a very interesting time now, as I said last week. There's no football, but we got the Olympics, so very exciting stuff going on. But first of all, let's talk about NBA All-Star Game that was last week. The events were all right. I mean, I think Damian Lillard winning was very impressive, especially since he had that torn Achilles.
Look,
I was very impressed by that.
It's impressive. I think what's more impressive is Devin Booker choking.
That's true. That is true. Yeah. But so that was pretty cool. And then obviously we got to our dunk contest. All right, I'm not gonna lie, it was kind of underwhelming if you guys watched it. But another Heat player won. This is great. I think this is going great. The Keshad Johnson, star Hall of Fame player on the Miami Heat, wins the dunk contest. I mean, good for him, man.
Legendary SDSU alum Keshad Johnson, dunk contest winner, Miami Heat center. Period.
The Oscar, did you see it?
I saw the highlights on the next day.
Okay.
The dunk contest, it wasn't the worst I've ever seen. Like, his dunks were alright. The rest were kind of tragic, I'm not gonna lie. But
I agree. I thought,
agree.
first of all, the one where he went like this and was like smiling was hilarious. But outside of that, I mean, it was not very good. The Spurs guy totally should have won. He completely choked at the end. A lot of choking occurred in these All-Star games.
yeah, I think just the Saturday slate in general needs to be revitalized and not even revitalized. I think here's what they should do. They should actually do proper selections from like the best 3-point shooters for the 3-point contest, the best dunkers for the dunk contest. Not these randoms nobody cares about. Every now and then these randoms do surprise. Like, for example, I know for us he wasn't a random, but probably for the rest of the league when he won, Derrick Jones Jr. That dunk contest was pretty good. But you want to have some star power in there, and I think this is the same criticism fans have been giving the league for so long now, and then get rid of the NBA Skills Challenge and put in a 1v1. Put in a 1v1.
Dude, that's a great
1v1,
idea.
2v2, bro. Something, something.
No, put in a 1v1. You can have a guards tier, and then like a bigs tier. So like forwards, small forwards to centers.
Dude, that'd be hilarious.
Jokic
Oh my
1v1
God.
against Wemby or something, bro. Oh man.
Yes, and then at the end, if you want, you don't have to, but at the end, if you want, you can do the champion of the bigs versus the champions of the guards.
Oh
for
my
your
dude,
champion
that'd
of
be
the
so
night.
funny. That's a great idea.
Yeah,
That's a great idea.
that is a
All
good
right,
idea.
put in the 1v1. Fans are asking for it. We need it.
I like what
agree.
you
And
said,
then-
Sorry, go ahead.
And then, well, the All-Star game itself, I thought it was a lot better this year. But even still, they did it halfway cooked. But I'll elaborate more once we actually talk about the.
Yeah. No, go ahead. We
game
can talk about it.
itself.
What were you thinking about?
So I really like the World versus the U.S. format, but I felt like they should have gone full throttle with it and done 2 actual teams instead of like this mini tournament that they did where it was 3 U.S. teams and 1 world team.
Two U.S. teams.
It was 2 and 2. I thought it was.
No, it was 2 and 1. It was 2 and 1. There were 3 teams total.
Oh, okay, yeah. That's why I said it. Okay. So it was 3 teams total, 2 U.S. teams, 1 world team. It should have just been U.S. versus World. You know, have the half, and then you saw the intensity they were playing with this year. I loved it. It was wonderful. It was amazing. We saw Kawhi turn into prime Kawhi out of nowhere against that world team. Wemby like putting on the dominant
Bro,
display. I mean, he is the greatest player in the world.
set the tone.
And then obviously at the end, Ant like literally coming in out of nowhere. Like nobody expected Ant to just pop off the way he did and torch
So good.
the old. I honestly, the two U.S. teams, it was Unks versus Miami
you
guys.
guys.
Yeah.
And shout out to Mark and I. We both predicted that they were gonna win, and we were both right.
Yes, sir.
So there you go. And I was right too. I picked Keshad Johnshon to win dunk contest. I was also right. This is pretty good.
Pretty good.
Yeah, I thought it was fun.
I love the intensity they played with it this year. Like it shows that you can still play hard without like having it be the NBA Finals, but like, and it's a more appealing product once people are actually more invested in the game itself. So I think with some small tweaks, NBA All-Star Weekend really has the potential out of any of the leagues in like out of the big three, I would say in the US, has the potential to like be the most fun. Like it really does.
I mean,
and they
we saw the
squander it
Pro
every
Bowl get
time.
ruined, bro. So we need something
that was
at
sad.
least.
That's sad. It's true though. I agree. I love my favorite single event in any All-Star game is the home run derby. I think it's really fun.
I agree. I agree with that.
But yeah, I mean,
No, actually,
it's like
I like it when you see Micah Parsons and some random kicker hitting a ball into a freaking golf simulator. Oh, longest drive challenge, bro. If you want to hit the longest drive, just go to the tour, bro. This is the NFL. Why don't you do like the longest, like, I don't even know, bro. Just play football. Just play football. Sorry.
Yeah, these All-Star weekends, maybe they need to hire us and reform.
I think they need to hire you.
I think they need Oscar Morale,
Yeah, event planner, Oscar Morale. And he'll double as your agent as well. He'll get you money for playing in that game. Yes, sir. All right, and also in the NBA, some news come.
I didn't even talk, bro. What are you talking about, man?
Whoa! You had your say.
Hey,
talking about that golf simulator. What are we talking about here?
Hey! I didn't talk about the NBA All-Star Game.
Go ahead.
I like what Oscar said about getting actual players for the dunk contest, and I mean we just think about the previous years. When you had Blake Griffin and Aaron Gordon, these guys who were putting on a show in the regular season. Just imagine a dunk contest right now with someone like Ja Morant and Anthony Edwards, who, I mean, these guys are absolutely topping their enemies in dunks. Seeing them get creative in the dunk contest would be exciting, would be fun to me. Because, I love Keshad Johnshon, San Diego State University legend, right? Nobody else knows him, bro. Nobody knows him. He's irrelevant. Nobody cares. The dunk contest needs to return with that intensity of like, hey, he had a great dunk last year and he had a great dunk last year. Let's go head to head. I want to be the best dunker in the league right now. You know what I mean? And with the 3-point contest, I mean, it just seems a little bland, It just seems a little bland. Skills challenge, get it out, bring the 1v1s. Everyone's been talking about it. I know they brought it up to Commissioner Silver. Could be something to think about. But I enjoyed the intensity of how the guys.
Every 5 years, you could do like a champions contest, like dunk contest,
I mean,
where it's like you take the best champions from the last 5 years and put them in a contest.
You gotta, I mean, I like that. You gotta
have some Mac McClung in there,
Man, Mac McClung, Blake Griffin jumping over a car, like that is the dunk contest to me. That, or Aaron Gordon with the mascot spinning on the hoverboard and he goes and does the absolute, like, I mean, that is
Zach LaVine
cinema. That was a dunk contest. That was a dunk contest. Having Shaq,
the Derrick
Judge,
Jones versus Aaron Gordon one was also really good.
We need that back. And tell KD to hop off his burner, bro. Tell KD to hop off the phone, bro. Like, just play ball, man. Like, just play ball, bro.
Dude,
but that's all I gotta say about this for now.
Okay. Well, also in the NBA, some news came out today Adam Silver is announcing new rules for next year to prevent tanking, anti-tanking rules in the NBA. I'm gonna pull up the stipulations now. It's interesting. A lot of teams, like the Jazz, they get Jaren Jackson Jr. in a trade, and then he instantly is out for the year. And then like within a couple hours apart, Zach LaVine and Domantas Sabonis are out for the year for the Kings. So these teams are really making it obvious that they're trying to tank. So Adam Silver's trying to change that. Here are some of the things that the NBA is going to do. So first things first. First round draft picks can only be protected in the top 4 or top 14 plus selections. Lottery odds freeze at the trade deadline or a later date, so that way towards the end of the year, like the results don't matter. They only matter what your record is right now at the trade deadline. No longer allowing teams to pick in the top 4 in consecutive years to try to spread out that rookie talent. Teams can't pick in the top 4 after making the conference finals. We're kind of talking about this earlier. I don't fully understand why this is such a big deal, but we can talk about that later. Lottery odds are allocated based on 2-year records, so if you do bad in 1 year, it doesn't matter 2 years combined. Lottery odds extend to all play-in teams, so more teams get a chance to have that top pick, and their odds are all flattened, so everyone has the same chance. Now, obviously, not all these rules are going to get put in place, but these are some options that Silver's looking into.
See, that's confusing because you say lottery odds allocated based on 2-year records, but then everyone has the flattened odds for all lottery teams.
Yeah, exactly. So not all these are going to get. They have to pick and choose which ones to implement.
Yeah. So, yeah. Colin, if you want to get us started on your thoughts on this, and then I'll chime in.
Yeah. So I think there's a point where you can be too hands-on in this. Like, if a team is bad, yes, they're probably tanking, but you can't just like say, "Oh, you're bad, so we're going to give you a worse draft pick." Like, what if they really are that bad? Like that's kind of tough. So I think there's the idea is good, but you can't do too much. I think it would ruin it. It's like putting robot umps in the MLB. Like, I don't like that. You got to keep it a little natural. And then I think some of them are good. Like I think I don't really understand the lottery anyway. Like, I like how the NBA does it. How the NFL does it. Like, top down. I guess the idea is because of the tanking thing, but it just, I feel like the NBA draft and picks and all these rules are way more complicated than any other sport, and it's just like, I don't understand. Like,
It really is, and also like when you look at basketball, like it's not like the NFL at all. Like if you would have told me the Bears would have won the conference. Like, not the conference, but the NFC North
division. Yeah.
Yeah, the division 2 years ago. Like, I would have laughed in your face, buddy. Like, absolutely, just be like, the Bears? No way. Who's their quarterback? Right? Like,
yeah.
But you look at the NBA and you tell me Charlotte's gonna, be the 3 seed in the East in 2 years. And I'm going to be like, yeah, all right, buddy. And I'm pretty confident in that. Like, and now watch. Just because I said it now, Charlotte's going to be a 3 seed in the East in 2 years. But you get the point. Like, a team like Charlotte is always going to be bad. A team like the New Orleans Pelicans is always going to be bad. Like, a team like... There's just so many bottom feeder teams. Like, the Detroit Pistons perpetually have always been pretty bad. I know that this year they're actually really good.
Yeah.
But they're like good once every like 30, 40 years. Like, I would hate to be a Pistons fan. Like, they were good in the mid 80s to late 80s.
Yeah.
Bad
in the early 2000s.
Then they had like a little run in the mid 2000s, and now they're good in the mid 2020s. So like every 20 to 30 years.
Yeah. Yeah, it's true. It's true. Yeah, some teams just can't shake it no matter what you do. I don't know. I'm trying to look at like the individual things here. Which one do I? So I'll ask you guys. Which one here do you like the most? Which one do you think would be the most effective?
I like the lottery odds allocated based on 2-year records. I think that gives a little more variety because you can have a team that is impressive, that plays great, like the Indiana Pacers, and then this year absolutely dog water. and they lost players. People left. Tyrese Halliburton is injured. So they had a really good year, and now they have a really bad year, and that kind of cancels them out and puts them in the middle of the pack, which means they should have the odds for a middle of the pack team. Now, what I would do for this, if you want to allocate it over 2 years, I think every team should have some sort of odds. I don't think it should be teams that don't make the playoffs, don't make the play-in, right? I think if you allocate odds up until the NBA champion, but you make the record over 2 years, I'm fine with that. If you give the NBA champ like a 0.001% chance of having number one pick, and then the next year they're trash, right? And that chance goes up to, let's say, 4%, whatever it is, that's fair. I think that is fair. Just saying. Because this is based off of records.
What, would you say like the 2020 Lakers, and then like the year after that they took quite a big step back?
Yeah.
For example.
Yeah.
So you think their odds should be lower, like worse odds than what their record was in 21?
Look, so what I'm saying is, let's look at Indiana this year and last year. Indiana last year made the NBA Finals. They had a good record. This year they have a bad record. If you combine those records, it's not going to be too great. Those losses might almost outweigh those wins, or however it is, and that will make them a team that is in the middle of the pack.
Mm-hmm.
And that's similar to having a team like the Miami Heat, which have been hovering around 500 for 2 years straight, which also puts them in the middle of the pack. So,
well, yeah, that's what I was gonna say, Mark. That
really good
my
and really
two
bad.
favorite ones are the last two. That lottery extended to include all play-in teams, and flattened odds for all lottery teams. Specifically the play-in one I like because you have like these play-in merchants, specifically like in the last 4 or 5 years, they're like, your Atlanta Hawks, who are perpetually like, they're not the worst team in the league, but they're never gonna do anything, and they always just make it to the play-in and get out. Or like the Heat, as much as we love the Heat, like they can be another like play-in merchant team.
Yeah, they are for sure.
The Bulls. Biggest play-in merchant.
The Warriors.
Yes.
Yeah. I do think it's like, I don't really agree with both of them combined because like you're telling me the Heat have the same odds for the number one pick as the Pelicans. Like that's not fair.
Yeah.
And then also the thing with you, Mark, the only pushback I have with you, Mark, is you were saying like the Pacers were good last year, now they're bad this year, so they should be in the middle. But what if it was reversed? What if the Thunder the Pistons are a perfect example. The Pistons were horrible last year. Not horrible, but they weren't very good. Now they have a chance to win the championship this year. But because you make them 2 years combined, now their odds are in the middle. So they just pretend the Pistons won the championship.
Yeah.
The Pistons just won the championship, but now they have middle odds because they were bad last year. Like I don't think that's fair either.
No, I think,
for example, let's say they beat the Thunder, they would have like a considerably way better odds of getting a lottery pick than the Thunder.
Yeah, exactly. So that's why I don't think this needs to be touched, honestly. Like
I disagree.
It's gonna make it unfair for somebody,
Well, I disagree. I think tanking is an issue in the NBA. I think flattening the odds is not good because you can have a team that is in the play-in.
I don't think anybody's arguing that tanking isn't an issue. I just think that what Colin is saying is that these new rules that they're going to implement aren't particularly the best ones to try to combat the tanking issue.
One thing that I'm kind of, hovering around and kind of just thought of is, why are we only looking at record? Why don't we look at team stats? Like if you are a good team with a bad record, you just were not able to finish games.
The thing is, Mark, people are gonna start. What's gonna happen is you're gonna change the way the NBA would be played in general.
But the NBA is changing. But you're gonna slow the game way
down. And that's gonna be horrible
remember,
for ratings.
if one person slows the game down, everyone's gonna slow the game down. Like
exactly.
The NBA,
yeah, I don't. Yeah, I don't like that. I don't. That's just what I was talking about earlier. I don't want too many people coming and changing everything. Like it's not worth it to do all that.
One way or another, someone is not going to be happy with
Think
whatever
about it.
they
If you
decide on.
implement it by stats and whoever has the best stats, that would essentially, like, single-handedly be the death of the three-point era.
And stats don't equate to how good you are as a team all the time. That's not true. So I
Well,
disagree with that.
if someone's gonna be unhappy, you have to get whatever option here will make the least amount of people unhappy, right? So the flattening odds for all teams is gonna make the four worst teams unhappy. Everyone else will be happy. But then lottery odds allocated based on 2 years, that's gonna make someone like the Pacers happy, but then someone like the Thunder unhappy. Or lottery extended to play-in teams will make someone like the Miami Heat
Well, why would
happy.
the Thunder be unhappy? They're sitting as the best team in the league right now with a bunch of assets and picks.
Yeah, they would be
Which, mind you,
unhappy because
Yeah, but the ranking of those picks isn't dependent on how they perform.
but if the lottery odds are allocated over 2-year records, they are the best team in the league.
Yeah, but if
I
it was over 1 year, they would still be the best. They're still the best team in the league, so that
Yeah.
doesn't matter.
So you can value continuous success or help teams that are continuously bad.
If you're continuously bad, you're just bad. Like giving you an extra 1% chance of getting a pick is not gonna help you. Like if your front office is not good, if your coach is not good,
Well,
you're not gonna be good.
not necessarily, because think about it. If we would have had these rules, Cooper Flag would be a Miami Heat player right now.
Nah. No.
I think
Yes, because think about it. The year they got Cooper, the year before, Dallas was in the finals.
Yeah, that's true.
So their odds would have been way lower,
I think that
Yeah.
and they probably wouldn't have gotten that pick.
I think that teams that are notoriously bad need to put in effort to be better. I think the commissioner needs to put pressure on teams that are continuously bad and put pressure on GMs and ownership and tell them, look, if you are going to continuously be bad, us as the NBA association, we are not going to support you. Well, you can lose your media rights, you can lose this, you can lose that, because why would anyone want to watch you if you're bad? Right? That's how teams make
Yeah.
money. If you want to continue to be bad like the Pelicans or the Hornets, why would anyone want to watch you? Why should we give you money? Why should we increase your salary cap? Like for what reason? Why should we do that to you if you're not going to do anything about it? So,
Yeah.
People like to watch good teams. That's why you have bandwagons. People like to watch good players, and people like to watch good games. If that's
Well,
how
I
you're
think
going to stop
the
tanking,
NBA. I think the NBA is more of a player-driven, like, league than it is a team-driven league. Like, a lot more people are fans of a specific team because of a player rather than them being fans of that team. You know what I mean?
That's
Well-
true. That's true.
well,
Yeah.
it's true, and yeah,
You let him know, Lebanon James.
Yup.
Spit your facts.
I think that I like that Adam Silver's trying to get down to this because this is an issue, and
I agree.
It's annoying. It's annoying because the Miami Heat could have tanked the last 5 years and had better draft picks, but that's not in our morals. We don't tank, right?
Okay.
But then someone like Chicago, they find
Chicago's
out.
been bad for the last
No,
30 years.
okay, but
bro.
then someone like the Jazz or whoever, I don't care.
Hey, low-key,
Play
give
bad.
us Melo.
They trade for a player, and he has an injury that
Hot take.
will linger for a
Melo
month,
to the
and
Heat.
and the NBA season ends in 6 weeks or whatever. Yeah, let's just make him out for the season.
I am absolutely distraught, though, that the Heat did not acquire anybody at the trade deadline.
Yeah, I am too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a whole discussion last time. Mark was very upset about that.
Yeah.
My blood was boiling.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's the NBA. We'll see what happens throughout the rest of the season. It's winding down now, so second half of the season starting up now after the All-Star break. But now we have it's a very rare sporting event, but it's one of the biggest events in the world for that entire year. It's very important, but doesn't happen too often. You can see my shoulder behind me. I'm talking about the Olympics. Oh wait, no. Sorry, we'll get to the Olympics before. Quickly, my apologies. Quickly, it's the NFL. We got to talk about the NFL. The Dolphins made some moves recently to dump some of their best players. So it's really marks the changing
Wave. They
of
have
an era.
waived their best,
Y-
some of their best players.
Yes. Well, they cut them. Wave, same difference. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, um, it's really showing what the new management is trying to do, trying to build how they're going to rebuild there down in Miami. So
From
first
the
off,
ground up.
exactly. First off, Bradley Chubb, who we traded for a couple years ago for a first round pick, has been cut by the Miami Dolphins.
Yeah.
He is a free agent now. I'm pretty sure
Hey man, poor
unrestricted.
guy. He used to play for the Broncos when they were horrible. Then he leaves, the Broncos become good, and he plays for
Yeah.
the Dolphins,
Yeah.
and the Dolphins are horrible. And then watch now he's
Hey,
gonna
we
leave.
did
And,
win by 70 to 20 though. So
Yeah.
yeah, he
Yes,
was
sir.
there for that. But
yeah,
That's
so
right.
now he's gonna leave, and the Dolphins are gonna be good. Poor Bradley Chubb, man.
yeah, it's
I
true.
hope he goes.
Maybe he'll go back to the Broncos.
I don't think he's welcome here. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I doubt it.
I don't think so.
Yeah, they spent a high pick on him. He was with the 5th pick overall,
Yeah, he
something
was
like
high
that.
up there.
Yeah, so he's gone. Our pass rushing depth is now limited to Chop Robinson, and I think that's it. So
Man,
it's
we
not
should not have
looking
traded
good.
Jalen Phillips, bro.
No, yep. I don't understand why
We should not
we
have
ever
traded
let him
Jalen
go.
Phillips.
But
Well,
That
we
was...
would have cut him anyways, I guess.
No,
Look
I
what
don't
we were
think
doing to
so.
everyone
I
else.
don't think we would have. I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't think we would
that's a
have.
Miami cornerstone. All right, that guy
Uh,
bleeds orange and green. He's made for the Dolphins.
Yeah, well, that's the first guy. Second guy, much bigger story. It's an end of an era. Tyreek Hill is
Thank
gone
goodness,
from the
bro.
Miami Dolphins. I remember exactly, you know how people say like, "Oh, where were you during like some crazy historical event?" I remember exactly where I was and what I was doing when Tyreek Hill was traded to the Miami Dolphins. I remember sitting on my little airboat ride in the middle of the Everglades, getting a notification from ESPN telling me Tyreek Hill is about to be traded to the Miami Dolphins. And then once I got out of the boat, he was officially traded, and I was so happy. And it was so many great years. Tyreek Hill really brought some excitement to this
It
organization.
was really
He
just that
really
2023 year, man.
no, he was good I mean, he's still good, but bro, he's the one that brought everyone else. Like we got Tyreek Hill, and then we got Bradley Chubb, and we got all these players, and Tua started playing well, and it was such
I
a great
agree.
time. And it's a sad day. It's a sad day. Tyreek Hill's gone. Um, I think he's gonna go.
2022 could have been elite, but Tua got hurt that year.
Yes, I mean he's gotten hurt every year except 23, and then last year he was just bad. So, Tua's probably gonna be next. He'll probably get cut as well, if I had to say. Yeah, it's a very sad day. Tyreek Hill is no longer on the Miami Dolphins.
Is it
Um,
sad? I think it's just life. It's necessary
it's true.
change.
It's true.
Hold on, guys.
Now the
I
question
got
everyone's
one more. I
asking.
got one more. I got one more.
Just don't let him go back to Kansas City, please.
Well, that's what
Don't
I
let
was.
him.
That's what I was gonna say. The question everyone's asking: where will he go? He's also an unrestricted free agent. Um, I'm gonna say the Chiefs. I think he's got to go to the Chiefs. I am
Hopefully.
scared though, because basically every single team in our division could use him. Like the Bills are gonna make a very strong push for him. The Patriots, oh my God, they're gonna make a huge push for him. So I'm actually hoping he goes to the Chiefs because I don't want him to go anywhere else. So like as long as he doesn't stay in the division, we'll be fine. But I think
He's-
the Bills and the
If
and the
he's
Patriots are
smart,
gonna go
look,
really.
look, ready?
If he's smart, he'll go to an NFC team
Why?
In
because NFC teams have been dominating the league over the last 2 years,
in my humble abode,
Okay.
and AFC teams they seem to lack. Besides the Kansas City team from obviously not this year, but the year before that, 2 years ago now, I guess at this point, the one that lost to the Eagles in the Super Bowl, they were a really complete team, but they just were lacking an overall edge that they had the year before on defense that they didn't have the following year. And I think that's been a consistent issue with a lot of AFC teams that they're just like gaping holes. There's incomplete aspects of their rosters that aren't particularly like the number one priority because a lot of AFC teams, specifically the better ones in the conference, have really good quarterback play, so they kind of lean on that a little too much. And that where we've seen like in a modern era where you need a complete team to really be dominant, even if your quarterback isn't the best, like a Sam Darnold, like a Jalen Hurts,
look,
Yeah.
look. I'm gonna be honest. This is gonna be a hot take. You guys probably haven't heard this. I think Tyreek Hill is going to be a Baltimore Raven. I
Interesting.
think, I think he is going to be a Baltimore Raven.
Okay.
I just have a weird feeling. Baltimore's looking for a receiver of his caliber, speed, quick, explosive. That's what this team needs right
Bro,
now.
Baltimore would just be a fantasy football team at that point, bro.
And I think Baltimore will do so. That is what I think.
Lamar, Derek,
Yeah,
Tyreek. Could you
yeah.
imagine that? That'd be
No,
must-see
think about
TV,
that.
bro.
Think about that.
Yeah, that'd be
Think
crazy.
about that. That's a good team.
Yeah, that's
Now,
insane.
if I may, I'd like to mention John Eric Sullivan. I like what you're doing. From
The
the beginning,
retirement home team.
from the minute you got here, I've had faith in you. You've been with a great organization for 20 plus years. I know you will make good decisions for the Miami Dolphins, and right now you made two really good decisions. Seriously. If you want to rebuild, you got to rebuild your way. He's not worried about next year. He's worried about the next 10.
So how long
He's thinking
till
about
we make the playoffs?
I think 3 years. I think 2 or 3 years.
Whoa.
I
3 years.
I think 3 years
You're
and we'll
being
be
very generous, Mark.
No, I'm not being generous.
You want to
I'm-
wait 3 years?
I'm being optimistic. I'm an optimistic
Yeah, that's
person.
real. That's really
No, but I'm
Really?
serious.
Yeah.
But I'm serious. Look. I'm serious. Look. We saw that they don't value these star players that we have. We saw that. He doesn't value them. He doesn't care about them. He doesn't need them. He's going to build the system his way. And the way that the Green Bay Packers have built a system for the last 20 years has always been successful. They have. We can spend money. We have an owner that will spend money. Now we have a general manager that actually uses his brain and knows what to do best. And we have a coach who has a relationship with the general manager. We have a coach that will work with the guy in charge of bringing the players that the coach wants. We have a coach that will coach the guys that the general manager wants. We have a system.
Interesting.
That is what all these successful teams have. A
A
system.
system.
A good system. They always
Sure.
have and they always will. The moment these systems disappear is the moment these teams go to crap. Seriously.
So, Mark, answer me this. Are we going to get a system quarterback?
I think we are going to end up in a situation like a Sam Darnold. I think we're going to get a quarterback who
Well,
everyone's going to be like,
I've been hearing
I have-
a lot of Kyler Murray out there. How do you
I've
feel
been
about
hearing a lot
Kyler
of
Murray?
Malik Willis.
I
have actually heard that a lot.
I think
like,
more
Malik
Packers
Willis
players.
is.
Yeah.
I think it's out of the
Side
picture.
note, the Kyler Murray, but like Malik Willis is the serious name I've actually heard.
I
Yeah.
see.
That screams.
I have heard that. I don't think it's significant. I don't think that's gonna happen.
You don't think it's a long-term plan? You think he's just like a one and done?
I don't think
Yeah,
it's
I
a
would
long-term
agree with
plan.
that.
I think there are a lot of
So
young
why
quarterbacks.
hire him at all?
Hire
Why
him.
sign him at all?
Who? Malik Willis?
He's a bit of a bridge quarterback that has potential to possibly be good.
You see, good coaches and good general
See, the
managers
thing-
and good teams see
Here's my
potential
opinion
in
on this, at
players
least.
that
Here's my
weren't
opinion on this.
able to go to their fullest potential. We saw that with Sam Darnold. We saw that.
Yeah.
It is
Hello.
evident that there are good players in this league on bad teams, and they are being held back. We
I
are
agree,
going to
I
get
agree.
a quarterback that everyone's going to be like, bro, what the heck? Like, why would they sign this guy in free agency? And they're going to build a system around him that works for him, and we're going to be a successful team. We are.
Colin, I agree
Yep.
completely with your sentiment, and Mark, I'm gonna ditto off of what you just said as well. But my only fear is like you're right. These are quarterbacks who have some talent and have the possibility of being really successful. But in order for these quarterbacks to be really successful, you have to buy in completely with them and believe in them 100%, and even somewhat build around them. You know,
Yeah.
cater to their strengths. I mean, I know Tua was looked at as a much bigger talent, but this is what happened with Tua. All right, Flores didn't believe in him, or it's not that Flores didn't believe in him, but Flores didn't want to cater towards him which is what led ultimately to that saga ending. And ownership felt like, if we have this asset, why not build around him? Like, especially the quarterback, the most important position in the game of football. Why not build around him? And you saw that happen. They had one good year. So are we willing to waste another 5 years, possibly building around a what if? Or would you rather solidify, your defensive key positions, your skill positions, and maintain an open eye,
Well, I think you can do both.
But
I don't
look,
think
I
I don't
think
think they. Well,
you
hold
can
on.
do
I don't
both.
think Malik Willis is not gonna. Yeah, exactly. Malik Willis is not gonna cost us all of our cap space. He's just gonna be a little bit, or whoever
Look,
we get.
look.
Well, still,
No,
like
I know. But I'm saying for Malik Willis to see any sort of long-term success, you're gonna have to buy into him.
But that's the
at
thing.
that point, you're
But that's
spending
the thing.
time, not
That's
actual cap
no, no.
space, not your dollars.
But Oscar,
But
that's
that's
the
like
thing.
a waste of time.
We got a general manager who came from an organization that buys into their quarterbacks. We got a general manager and a coach.
We did that. We did that before too. But look at
With
where
who?
it got us.
With who?
With Tua. I mean, we bought in fully with Tua. We built that offense completely.
But we didn't. But we
for
didn't
his
have. But we
strengths.
didn't have a front office that was willing to do that. Now we do. Now we have a front office that has bought into They bought into Aaron Rodgers. They had him for 15 years. They bought into Jordan Love. They've had him since. They're building around them. It takes time. It takes time.
I understand all of that
with these
completely,
general
Mark, but
managers,
you can't say that they didn't build around Tua. They built completely around Tua. They tried to give him every possibility to succeed, but Tua just wasn't in the physical capability to be a long-term success. His health didn't allow him to be a successful quarterback in the NFL.
That's unfortunate. But I also think Tua was not that good. They catered to him too much, and they didn't divide and conquer. They built the offense and didn't build the defense. The GMs didn't know what they were doing. Our front office did not know what they were doing. They wanted to build around success of one offense and to shot us down on everything else. Look at Green Bay. The perfect example is Green Bay, because our front office right now is we are the Green Bay Dolphins right now. We are. And we've seen them succeed. We saw them trade for Micah Parsons. They have these star players. They do. They have a good quarterback. They build around the good quarterback. They went and traded for Josh Jacobs, and he's been nothing but incredible for them. He's consistent. He plays well. He fits with Jordan Love. You have these receivers that work well with Jordan Love. You have a tight end that works well with Jordan Love. When they get the quarterback that they think they can build around and find the assets, they will do so. And however long it takes, they will have all faith in him, because that is what an organization they came from embedded in them. That's what is instilled in John Eric Sullivan. It is.
Look, yeah, I agree. Look, I don't think what you're arguing is wrong, like in any shape or form. I think it's just like, in terms of prioritizing, I think there are other stuff we should prioritize. I mean, you look at the last 3 or 4 years, and you see what's really gotten, like, put teams over the edge in terms of winning a championship or making deep runs in the playoffs. And every time, without fail, it's having elite defenses. Every time a team fails... Wait, let me finish. Every time a team fails to ultimately succeed, it's because they don't have an elite defense. Because offensive schemes come and go in the NFL, because it's so easy to be creative on the offensive side of the ball and come up with something new, or come up with or put a twist on something that already existed and refresh things and create confusion on the offensive side of the ball. But it is so hard, so incredibly hard to create a defensive, like, stout, well-rounded defense that holds up on multiple games, on a variety of different play styles. That's super hard to come by. And I think when a team has that, you look at the Seattle Seahawks, the Rams this year.
Yeah, look at them.
You look at the Chiefs in 2023. You look at the Eagles in 2024. Any team going back the last 5 years,
they're not
it's
buying.
their defense.
But they're not buying into their defense. They're drafting their defense. They're drafting talent and building that up. Look at the Seattle team. It's a
mix.
Young core.
But at the end of the day, you have to prioritize it, is what I'm saying.
No, you have to prioritize it, but you have to think about Okay, so look. You have
It's
to
a lot easier. It's
prioritize
so
it.
much easier to
But
build
that's
up an offense
but
than it
that's
is a
yeah.
defense.
You can buy an offense. You can go and buy the best quarterback, the best receiver, the best tight end, and go buy an offensive line. But you can draft. It's easier to draft defense and be successful defensively than draft an offense and be successful offensively. Like let's be honest. All these teams that are successful defensively in the NFL right now have a young defensive core. They do. It's evident. That's why, like, again, look at Green Bay. They draft their defenses. All Green Bay fans get pissed that, they don't draft a wide receiver or whatever. They drafted a wide receiver, hasn't done anything for them. They draft defensive assets, and then they draft defensive assets, have a great defense, buy their offense, build their offense, and then they're a successful team. I mean, that's why I think it's going to take us a couple years. We can't just go out and buy the best quarterback in the NFL, buy the best receiver in the NFL, and then draft an insane defense in 1 year. We're going through a rebuild. We're going to lose a lot of the guys we have right now. But defense does win championships, but to an extent, how are you going to reach a championship if you don't have an offense?
I mean, yeah, at the end of the day, you need both. But I still think, in terms of now that we're refreshed, restarting from zero, we should prioritize building up a defense before we try to make any major moves on offense. Just my
I don't know. I think it depends on this year's draft class, honestly. I think it just depends on draft class. If it's a strong offensive draft class or strong defensive draft class.
I mean, it's not particularly a strong offensive draft class. Like, for example, you look at last year's, you had somebody like, what's it called? How am I blanking on his name right now? Running back for the Raiders.
Ashton Genty.
Ashton Genty, yes. You had like a generational running back like Ashton Genty.
Yeah.
Who, to be fair, he didn't perform too good in his first year, but he wasn't abysmal. I think he's still going to lean into that role and be a really, really good all-pro level running back
No, he is.
in the NFL
But then
at one
look
point.
at a team like the Texans, right? They drafted a quarterback and he's been there for 3 years, however long it is. They've built up a defense. They drafted a good defense. They have one of the best defenses in the NFL.
There's no quarterbacks that you can look at that are going to be good like that, except maybe Mendoza.
Okay,
Maybe.
then you have your answer. You
That's
have the
what I'm
answer.
saying. You gotta lock in on defense first, man.
No, well, right now, if that's how the Dolphins view it, as, hey, we don't have an option that we like as quarterback, then let's start building defense. If they have an option, if they have a guy, if they go and get Anthony Richardson for goodness sake, and he turns out to be
I think that would be interesting.
and he turns out to be incredible, and they build a system around him, bro, you cannot doubt him. If they keep Quinn Ewers, they build around Quinn Ewers for 3 years offensively, and then draft a good defense, and we're successful. You can't hate. I don't think you can hate on
Quinn Ewers is Tua Tagovailoa, same.
There's no
same word,
reason.
different font.
There's no reason to have an expectation because we don't know where they're gonna go right now until they start making moves.
Yeah,
We
I
don't know.
agree, but still.
We don't know.
It's just, again, we're just speculating. That's why. I think
Yeah, we're
if
just
they,
speculating.
If they should do it, they should lock in on defense first. At
I
least
think-
if they want to be successful long term. My opinion.
I think they got to get their quarterback and develop from there. I think that's what Green Bay has done, and they're gonna continue to do that. I want to get a Miami Dolphin quarterback, and I want to keep him for 15 years. I want a quarterback, and I want him to be here for 15 years. I want to invest in a player's jersey and have that until I'm married. Like genuinely.
Yeah.
You know how
Because
rare that
when
is,
have
Mark.
we had that, Colin? When have we had a player that's consistently
Dan
been on
Marino.
the Dolphins? That's it. Dan Marino in the
Oh,
80s.
for quarterbacks.
Quarterbacks.
Yeah. Yeah. For quarterbacks, yeah, Dan Marino.
Yeah.
That's it.
And look how
Greasy as
successful.
well. Greasy was 14 years.
And then
Or no.
people, we had
12,
faith
I
in
think.
Ryan Tannehill, and then they just pooped the bed.
I don't. I mean, he was
Tua.
horrible.
I mean, guys,
Hey, bro, it's hard. It's hard to
it's
do.
hard. It's hard,
What do you think,
but
Colin?
Yeah.
but I think we have a good front office. I think we got a good front office from a good team that
Oh,
will
I don't
help us
doubt. I don't doubt the front office. I think we are making steps in the right direction.
Yeah. So hopefully the Dolphins can try to do something, but yeah, it'll definitely take a long time, but we'll see. It's not gonna take a long time. The Olympics, because it's happening right now, guys. Very, very cool. Very, very exciting stuff going on.
This
So
guy, bro.
first thing I want to talk about. You tell me this guy. Look, you pull all your shenanigans all the time. Why can't I do
Hey,
something fun?
hey. I'm
All
a
right,
big figure
so
skating fan. Don't hate, bro.
okay, well, we are not going to talk about
We
figure
can't
skating
wait for no.
necessarily.
Let him do some world
Oh,
class reporting on
No.
figure
Please
skating.
go ahead.
no,
I
no, go
don't.
ahead, go ahead, go
No,
ahead.
no, no,
I
no.
personally, I don't know anything about figure skating. So if you would
Okay.
like to
Yeah,
have the
So
please
floor
I
on your
don't
educate
figure
look,
us.
skating,
look.
go
All right.
ahead.
So look. I don't know names. I don't care about
Okay.
names. But I
Mm-hmm.
think the talent, the elegance, and the performances that these figure skaters put on is incredible. I
Top
think the
notch.
use of kinematic physics on an ice rink to to,
All
to,
Let him
right.
to,
cook. Let
to,
him
to,
cook.
to do
Let him
some
cook.
crazy 360 ooga booga, I don't even know what you're doing, and land it on a blade, and oh my goodness, it's just incredible. It's incredible. It's talent. It's art. It is honestly. I mean, it's so hard, man. It's so
It
hard.
is hard.
It's
The
so
one thing I
hard.
can say is that the women's figure skating gold medal was just awarded today to an American. Her name's
Yep.
Alyssa Liu. I don't know how to pronounce it. She's younger than us, at least
Is she
me. She's
Chinese
20. She's
or
20 years old.
Asian
She,
heritage?
yeah. She is. She is.
Boom.
She is.
Of course
From
she is, bro.
California. She won a gold medal. So shout out to her.
Hey,
That's
Incredible.
shout
all I
out
know
to
about
her.
figure skating.
Shout out to her.
The thing that I want to talk about first is, one of the more popular Olympians, Jordan Stolz, the American speed skater. He had 3 gold medals. He had a relay, like team relay, and then he won the 500 meter and the 1,000 meter. And today was the 1,500 meter race, and he actually surprisingly only got second. He was favored to win gold. He was about to get 4 gold medals in one Olympics, but he fell to I forget his name, but he's Chinese, who beat him and actually made the Olympic record to win the
What a
gold medal
nerd.
in the 1,500 speed skating. So yeah, that was pretty cool. I enjoyed watching those races because it's more fun. I would say the racing aspect of it. They're going at 35 miles an hour. It's insane, and it
Yeah,
looks
bro.
so effortless. But yeah, this kid right
Look at this
here,
guy's
he's
quads, bro.
special.
Dang.
Oh my God. Yeah, they were comparing him to Saquon. They like had a
Dude.
like a side by side of Saquon's quads and this guy's quads. It's
Yeah.
ridiculous.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, this guy's an animal, and he's only
Yeah.
like a couple months older than us. It's insane.
Yeah, it's crazy, bro. Should be me.
Yeah.
Well,
So
gentlemen, I don't know about you, but I've been divulging in some curling.
really, what?
Yes.
Oh,
I've been
okay,
divulging.
okay.
I've been
Yeah, yeah.
divulging in some curling, and I don't know if you saw, but there was some beef on the rink
I
out
did.
Oh, I saw
I
that.
did. I
Between-
don't. I heard about it, but I don't know much about it in depth. So
there
please
between
explain.
Sweden and Canada.
Oh yeah.
So the Canadian team has been, well, not the Canadian team, but the curler. So the guy who releases the curling iron or the puck.
The curling iron. I think it's called a stone. This is a curling
The guy who
iron,
releases
bro.
the spinning
Look.
thingy.
I've been
The curling iron.
invested in the media. All right, it's
Okay.
it's a great watch. I'm not, like Mark said, I'm not particularly familiar with all the rules and terms, but I'm
Mhm.
watching the sport. All right, I'm getting exposed.
Good.
All right, I'm learning. Thank
Good.
you. Yes, the stone. I
Proud of
actually
you.
didn't know that. I don't know why I said the curly iron. I've heard the stone before. But yes, the guy who releases the stone, I don't know if he's the stoneman or whatever the
He's a
position
stoner.
is called.
He's a
The
stoner.
stoner.
Da-dum.
He's been pretty infamous for cheating. Because according to the curling rules, you are only allowed to release the stone from the top of the handle, before the given line period. Now this Canadian man has been known to release it and then slightly nudge it from the bottom as he's releasing it, which is
Mhm.
very illegal. Causing it to spin a little extra, cheating.
Okay.
And so the Swedish team had caught on to his tactics, and they had set up a hidden camera, which is
Oh.
also illegal.
Oh. Oh. We got some beef in this house.
So then one of the Swedish, I guess, sweepers, caught him doing it on his release and confronted him about it and said, "Why are you cheating? Why are you doing this?" And he said, "Doing what?" And there was a whole altercation on the rink.
This guy just
and-
looks guilty.
Yeah, there you go. Look at him and his little finger.
Yeah. He's like, I'm gonna get it.
He looks like a little crooked There you
Oh
go.
my God.
Thank you, Colin.
Yeah.
Pulling
Man,
it up
it's
for me.
crazy
you're
how they're
welcome.
using a Swiffer mop to move this
Yes.
stone on ice.
Yes, wonderful stuff. No, it really is purely entertaining. I mean, I'm not a
Yeah.
gambler myself, but if I were a gambler, I mean, this is.
Dude,
I mean,
Yeah.
I'd
how
put
do you
money,
make
bro.
the sport more
By
exciting?
the way, Canada is playing in the gold medal match against Great Britain. So this guy's gotten away with it, and they're in the finals now.
Yes, yes. Which I was gonna get to that
Bro, he
actually.
looks like
Sorry,
Dr.
sorry.
Doofenshmirtz.
Yeah. No, it's okay. So, the Swedish guys then confronted him. There was a whole ass altercation. I mean, excuse me, a whole altercation on the ice, and then the officials actually deemed the action of Sweden, you know, using the camera illegal. And so like two negatives equal a positive, and nobody was um
That's
countered.
funny.
But what's funny is the broadcast did use the angles from the Swedish camera, I think later, when covering the story. So that
Oh
was
my
pretty
God.
funny, and we saw him clearly cheating. And Canada did advance to beat Sweden, and they are now in the final against Great Britain.
Wow.
But the women's U.S. team, I believe, actually won and beat Canada for the first time ever in curling. So
Yeah.
Really?
um,
The 51st
yes.
state, Canada.
Great teams. By the way, my favorite thing about watching these curling matches is the broadcasters love to comment on like the day jobs of these of like the athletes,
Bro.
the curling
Bro,
athletes.
I
And
saw
it's
one
so
of them was like a
funny.
construction worker. One of them was like a barista. Like,
Yeah,
there's some
there's a bunch
interesting.
of very very like smart people. Like I've noticed this is an extremely intelligent sport. Like there's a bunch of lawyers, corporate
Wow.
lawyers, surgeons,
Dang.
doctors. Yeah, I guess this is like what they do in their free time in the winter.
Dude, that's pretty
They
good.
get out the office and they're like, "Hey, Bobby Joe,
Going
you
to
gonna
the
hit the ice?
Olympics.
You gonna hit
Hey,
you gonna
Yeah.
hit the ice with
Hey,
us later?
uh,
We're gonna
hey,
gonna
Richard.
sweep."
Hey, Richard, I'm about to go to the curling center if you want to join me.
Or
Oh my God, that's
or
funny.
you're having a chat with your
Guys,
girl and he's
I,
like,
ironically
I'll see
enough,
your ass on the rink. I'm a sweep.
there's a there's
and
a
you ain't
there's
gonna see me sweep
there's
harder
a
than you
curling
ever sweep.
center 10 minutes from my apartment.
Mark, you gotta try it.
Dude,
Bro,
I
you
gotta
gotta go.
try it. I'm gonna tell
Dude,
the
that's
guys, man, we gotta go
hilarious.
curling, bro.
You got three guys. Look, we could
Oh
do
my
an
God.
episode of the podcast where
Hey,
it's
Vlog.
curling.
We're going
hey,
curling
hey
for a
guys, hey,
vlog.
I
The
got space, yo.
the
Just
Get It
pull
Right
up. We'll go to
Saturday
the
night
Get It
curling
Right
team.
Saturday
Oh,
Night Curling Challenge.
dude,
Oh man.
that's
Come on.
hilarious.
Now,
Come
Dude.
on, gentlemen.
let's
We know.
let's
But yes,
let's get into the
I suggest watch the curling highlights. They're wonderful.
Okay, I
let's get
will.
into
And
the
it's
sport
actually
that
it's really satisfying to watch them like because they'll like knock each other's stones out of the
Yeah, I know.
super
I've seen
satisfying.
that.
It's really
Yeah,
good. Real good
yeah.
stuff. Like
See, Mark really doesn't like curling. He's trying to move on to some
no
other
because
sport.
especially while you're doing homework or something, like beautiful to just have on in the
Yeah.
background.
Dude, it reminded me of that game on Game Pigeon where you knock the little things into the ice, like the water. Dude, that's a good one.
oh
Knockout.
yeah, Colin. Actually, I'll
Yeah.
text you game pigeon tonight, bro.
All right, sounds good. All
But
right, let's move on now. Like Mark
let's get
says.
into the sport that everyone has been interested in watching right now, and
Yeah.
it's hockey.
And Oscar's got the hat for it right
And-
now, so let's
And
go.
it's dude. First
Hey,
of
but
all,
first, yeah, go ahead.
congratulations to the
Shout out
women's.
Germany.
Heck no, Germany, what?
Man, shout out the women's U.S. team, bro. Incredible showing. They won
Oh
today
my
in
God,
overtime.
that was incredible,
That goal. Let me just say, okay.
bro.
so-
Oh my
so-
God, I watched
so
that
look,
live.
I
watched that
it
live,
live
bro.
too, bro. I watched. Look,
Oh
I
my
am.
God.
I went to the
And the
BMW.
OT one, they want
Yeah,
to go to OT.
The OT one was great, but
Well,
dude,
and the regular
the
season,
regular, the regular,
Oh my God.
and the regulation one, incredible.
Yeah.
So look, I'm sitting in the BMW dealership getting my oil changed. I'm sitting there and I'm reading the Wall Street Journal, annotating, and they have the hockey game up, and I'm just like, let me pay attention to this real quick. And I'm like, USA versus Canada, huh? Open ESPN, gold medal game. 5 seconds later, the greatest goal of all time in hockey history by Huz. This is a group of Huz playing hockey, and they're nasty, bro.
That was very
We're
cool.
kind of right here. We got man.
Look,
Yeah.
Man.
the
Real,
women's has
real.
been great, but the men's, has been
Oh,
some
yeah.
of the best showing of hockey. Look, Connor McDavid.
They're scaring me though. They're scaring me though.
No, I'm
The
scared.
U.S. team.
But Connor McDavid through
Who's stopping Canada, bro?
the U.S.
Nobody.
Through-
You think so?
Yeah, Connor McDavid through 9 periods had 9 points. Had 9 points. He had a point a period up until today or yesterday, whatever. That's insane. Look, we're gonna see U.S. versus Canada in the finals again, and it's so unfortunate that they can't fight. But I
They
still
will.
think
I mean, they could.
No. They can't, but I still think they will. I do.
Why they
It's-
can't because it's
Well,
illegal
don't,
international
don't
play.
sleep on Slovakia.
It's illegal Olympic international.
They got
play,
out.
yeah.
They got out my
Yeah.
German team. All right.
So
Yeah.
the Hughes brothers playing great.
Kachuk brothers.
playing great.
Great.
This team is just like, they're just fun. Like they're scoring 12 points, bro. This is like,
Dude,
this is what
they're
the All
scaring me though,
Stars
bro.
should look
They
like.
almost lost to Sweden.
I
and
know,
they got lucky.
but-
Quinn
but-
Hughes overtime goal.
But Sweden is good. Sweden's decent.
That's true, but I feel like the
Sweden's
U.S. should be winning.
No,
Here's the remaining bracket semifinal: U.S. versus Slovakia tomorrow, as well as Canada and Finland in the semifinal. So, hopefully Canada wins and hopefully the U.S. wins because that's what everyone wants to see.
hey,
But yeah, it's
I'm
gonna
gonna
very
be
exciting.
sitting tomorrow. Is this Eastern time?
Yeah.
No,
Yeah,
it is.
It's
It is. Yes.
10:40
yes.
a.m.
I'm gonna
Eastern
be
time.
sitting tomorrow
Game.
in production
3:10 p.m.
and
US.
completion watching Canada and Finland with my buddy Jake. He's Canadian, and I told him that Finland's gonna win. I was like, you know what, bro? I told him today we're walking structural geology. I said, you know, bro, I don't know. I got a weird feeling. I think Finland's gonna beat Canada. I do.
What a
Wow.
class to walk into.
Yeah.
Yeah. What a class.
Structural
man.
geology.
Structural geology.
Yeah.
Hey, we were looking at maps today. It was pretty dope. Finland versus USA final.
Wow.
Okay.
That's
hey,
your
you heard it
prediction.
here first on the
Yeah.
Get It Right Saturday Night podcast.
Heard it
man-
here first. That's true.
This is like, it's like the Four Nations, bro. It's just so good.
It's gonna be very good.
Oh my, I love the Olympics, man. I do.
Yeah.
I love
I'm
figure
so
skating.
sad it's ending. The last day is on Sunday. I didn't realize it was
Yeah.
this short.
And
I
man,
should've
half
started
pipe.
paying
I've been
attention
watching
earlier.
half pipe and skiing. I'm trying to go skiing on Saturday. We're supposed to get a decent amount of snow tomorrow in the mountains, so me and Josh are trying to go skiing on Saturday. Man, I'm trying to do what these people. Man, I'm trying to hit some crazy 360. Like I don't even know, bro. I'm trying to do some
Ooga booga.
yeah, ooga booga tech. I don't need just some something crazy. You know what I
Yeah.
do like? People don't talk about this. You know the one that's like they're on. It's like they're skiing on like a thing, and then they fly in the air, and they like they're pointing their skis up
Yeah,
like
long
that.
jump.
Dude,
I think.
I want to
yeah.
do that, man. That is sick.
Oh, did you see the guy that did the 6-7 celebration after breaking the
Yeah, I saw that. Was that the
the
Chinese
record or
dude?
something?
Was that the Chinese guy? I don't know who he was, bro. That was pretty funny. He went like this. He
Yeah.
like stopped. Man, just so you know, bro.
And he was wearing number 67. He was contestant number 67.
that Colin, dude. First of all, let me say, I
That's
like.
crazy, by the way.
So usually
Yeah.
Insane sport.
usually they say you want your skis in between your chin and like your forehead. I like to ski with longer skis. I ski with skis about an inch higher than my head. I like that. These guys are skiing with skis like 50 feet longer than them.
Yeah. So those are
That's
some thick
crazy, bro.
skis.
That's crazy. I ski on 174s. These guys are skiing on like 220s. 221s maybe. Something crazy.
Well, they're not skiing. They're jumping, bro. They're
Bro,
flying.
no, they're skiing,
Yeah.
bro. And I don't.
They're Eddie the Eagle.
I don't-
Shout
dude.
out.
I don't. This should be an episode of
Yeah.
Wildcrats. I don't even know, bro.
Oh my god,
Just-
dude, gotta love
Dude,
Wildcrats.
gotta love Wildcrats, bro.
Classic.
Yeah.
Only OGs remember.
True.
Yeah,
Very true.
yeah. Indeed. Well, is that all we got, Colin?
I believe
I
so.
believe
I
so.
believe so. It's very exciting. This is the last episode before the Olympics are over, so we
Yeah.
gotta put it in there.
Yeah, we do absolutely. Olympics, just incredible. Always loved it. Since 1908, I've been a fan. So I've been watching
I
it
feel that.
since. Unfortunately, U.S. is not leading in
Here's
gold.
some fun fact trivia. Do you actually know where the very first Winter Olympics were held?
It's it.
Probably
Uh,
Berlin if
Co-
Oscar knows it.
Colorado.
No, you're
Uh,
both wrong. It was held in Chamonix in the French
oh,
Alps. Yeah.
Oh,
wow, I didn't know that. I was
bonjour.
there. Let's go.
Oui, oui,
I
ça
was,
va
Bonjour.
bien.
I was also there. I was there on the
Hey.
100-year celebration
Je
in
m'appelle Marc.
2023.
What,
It was
in
held in
2023?
1923. 1923 was the very first Winter Olympics.
That's pretty cool, man.
That's
That's
pretty
pretty
cool.
cool.
That's pretty cool. You know,
Or
hopefully,
it might have been 1924 actually. 'Cause it was
Well,
like
I
right
was there.
before.
I was there in 2024. So we went at the same time. This is
Yeah.
great. I didn't
hey, if you guys didn't know, I'll be competing in breakdancing in the Summer Olympics coming up soon.
See,
so-
yes.
Wow.
Look, I just searched it up. The 1924 Winter Olympics, officially the first Olympic Winter Games, were held in Chamonix, France, from January 25 to February 5th, 1924.
Wow.
Bro, I was literally there. I didn't see anything about no 100th anniversary. What's going on?
Well, I was there in December of 2023, and there was posters and banners
Really?
everywhere. Yes.
Hey,
maybe
you know
need
what's
to open
cool?
your franchise.
You know what's cool? The X
Yeah, I
Games.
do.
The X Games were here 2 weeks ago in Aspen.
Oh, damn. That is pretty
Damn,
cool.
that's pretty
It's pretty
cool.
cool, bro. Sean White. Oh man, what a legend, bro. What a legend.
Absolute
Legend
legend.
of the game. But
Dude, now I gotta find this. Where?
Colin,
Bro,
Colin
I was
going
there
into
in
his
July.
archives.
Yeah, well,
I-
July is
Me too,
not-
bro.
That's a summer, bro.
Is this? Yeah, but still, look, were you here?
Yeah.
Yeah, bro. I didn't see nothing. I get it's the summer, but I feel like they should have that year round. You know, it's the whole year type of thing,
I
you know?
guess. I don't know.
Anyway, I think that's gonna do it, boys. Thank you guys so much for watching. And I don't know what you're playing, Mark, but
Yeah, no, just playing
Go ahead.
Sparks here. You know, just saddened by Tyreek Hill being gone.
Yeah, it's actually
Excited for the
depressing.
future
Alright.
of the Miami Dolphins. But you know, we appreciate you guys tuning in to another episode of the Get It Right Saturday Night Podcast. You know, it feels weird not talking about NFL football, like games
Guess
and
what?
predictions and stuff. But the combine
you wanna
is
hear
in 1
something?
week.
yeah,
So
combine,
so-
baby. NFL
so-
never ends. Y'all are
so
never gonna hear that.
NFL never
Let's
ends.
go.
Combine soon. We're about to see Diego Pavia look like trash. Yes.
One of our clients, by the way, at FRM.
Yeah, one of my
Ooh.
clients too at
Nah, he's the best. He's the best. I've always loved him.
one of my clients too at Francis and Francis.
Good recovery, Colin.
One of my clients too at Francis and Francis. By the people, for the people.
Oh my God.
Just kidding.
I'll make sure to let him know.
Yeah, you're welcome. But you know, we appreciate
the
you guys
contacts.
tuning in. Colin, you know, looking spiffy as usual. Let us know what you guys think of Colin's hair. He actually did a little differently today. I complimented on it. I think it looks good. I think Oscar seems to like it as well.
did
Oscar,
like
what are
it.
your
I did.
thoughts, real quick? Just quick little.
Okay, all right, guys. Thank
Just
you
kidding.
so much for
Thank you
watching
guys
this
for
episode.
tuning in. We'll see you guys next week. Take care of yourselves and take care of each other. Peace and love, baby.